Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here again at Avalanche, seeing what's going on. It's actually looking pretty darn good. We're consolidating nicely at this $38 plus mark, minus that ugly candle wick, which is just from some more shenanigans from Bitcoin. So again, all the more reason to be careful with high leverage, because obviously those little liquidation levels can be a bit of a pain, but we're going to take a look at that actually, as a matter of fact, kind of see where we're at here right now, because I'm sure it's changed a lot considering the price kind of compressing close to that $38 range, which it actually has. We got a lot more shorts entering the market. This is a heavier accumulation at about 42. Got some late shorts here at about 39.7. Boy, that's a risky one there. And of course, we got $34 as a close approximate for the lowest point, in which we see the most amount of volume, essentially, with people's liquidation levels accumulating at that range. Okay, so at this point, minus these ugly long liquidations here where the price action wicked all the way down, we can see the price doing fairly well, and the next target would be the shorts up at about $40 to $42. Okay, so again, liquidation levels are not a guarantee of price action. It just kind of helps us to understand where the focal point is for the bulls or the bears, because they have a tendency of wanting to drive the price to those levels to ensure that they get what they want. All right, again, which is that big profit. All right, so we're going to talk about potential profit as well here. So if you're new to the channel, just keep in mind I love teaching people to trade. I hope you can learn something today. You do want to become a better trader. Again, cryptocash.tech is a site. Link down below. We've got a really awesome group of folks here. A lot of new members too, so just a quick heads up, make sure you reference our signals guide to ensure you understand the difference between my premium group and premium plus. Sometimes there's confusion with the day trades, having so many signals sent at any given time. It's very good about finding entries, like we shorted Solana, Matic, and sometimes you'll see multiple trading pairs too. It'll take the same trade twice. That does happen sometimes. Again, it's a trading bot doing all the work for us. But for the most part, it's a very profitable situation, right? It works really well. But you got to be on your toes. So if you miss an opportunity, just find the next one. There's tons of opportunity there. There is less opportunity in the premium group, but these are more secure, if you will, or we take a larger profit more consistently, just a little less often. In other words, Cardano 74%, ICP 151, Atom 102, Cartesi 71, OP 21. So those are just the last 24 to 48 hours in our premium group. So I just like to specify the difference because folks come over and there's a little bit of setup involved, a little bit of patience involved, but I can assure you once you get your feet wet, it makes perfect sense. And it's extremely profitable and beneficial. So thanks again for the awesome feedback from my current community members utilizing that. Let's go ahead and talk about the larger time frames and work our way down. And just to specify, we've been looking for a closure above $38 for a while, which we do have now. Okay, we had that from yesterday. So why that's important is it just kind of reaffirms that as a support level now, or more importantly, no longer a resistance, turned support. Okay, so we can kind of see today's a little bit ugly. We got some nasty candle wicks in the last 48 hours. So again, all the more reason why high liquidation, or sorry, well, it is kind of high. If you think about it, high leverage equals close liquidation. That's why these candle wicks exist, is because people are using too much leverage. So again, just please try to be careful when you're trading a coin like this. You got to respect it, and I just generally recommend low leverage in these situations here. Try not to be a get rich quick kind of person, because that's really not what cryptocurrency is all about. If that's what you think it is, you're kind of subscribing to the wrong thought process, if you will. Okay. To me, this is a job, this is a business, and I treat it like such, and I respect it and have consistent growth instead of large peaks and valleys. I don't really like that myself. I like more longevity instead of stress in my life. All right, folks. So quickly to note, not much else really new from last night. Daily time frame's good. Everything's all truly bullish. We can kind of almost skip over that for the moment and just know the narrative right now is that the daily time frame looks good. Okay, just kind of put that in the back of your mind. That said, though, take a look here at the 4-hour. Still looking pretty good here as well. We're consolidating nicely above 0.382, 38.50 or higher. I was considering a long position last night around 38, and unfortunately I went to bed and woke up to a greener market, which is nice, but I did miss an opportunity there for myself and my community, so apologize for that, but all the same accord, missed opportunities are consistent in the market. It's just kind of how it works. You got to just roll with it, right? Are there more opportunities now? Is now a good time to get in? Well, let's take a look and see. We're above the 20-day SMA on the 4-hour. That's extremely important, working concurrent with this ascending trend. We can see we're over 50 on the RSI still. We got this little money flow index dip. This is a very positive sign. I do prefer the RSI to be a little closer to 50 and the money flow index lower. But generally speaking, when you see the MFI lower than the RSI, that's a great sign, because that means that there's still strength in the coin. but there's a lot of money having flown out of the coin. You may not think that that's a good thing, but it is actually good because that implies that the selling pressure may be less pressurized right now, if you will, and the price action is more likely to increase than decrease at this given time. That concurrent with Bitcoin kind of stabilizing as well, minus again that ugly candle wick, that held pretty nice at the 0.5 Fibonacci level. Make sure you watch my Bitcoin video so you know what's going on there. But the truth is here, at this point, things are looking pretty decent. We got a stochastic RSI convergence once more. I do really think that $39 would be a good potential entry. We do got to recognize and be respectful, though, of the Bitcoin dominance scenario. Okay, so again, it's not like it's super out of whack right now, but Bitcoin dominance is coming up, and we are starting to see some altcoins kind of sell off a little bit. Okay, so if Bitcoin dominance keeps going higher, we can presume that Avalanche might continue lower. Okay, what happened yesterday, as a matter of fact, when Bitcoin went up, Avalanche was one of the few coins that went down. And it happens because of the fact that profits are being taken from the most profitable coins, and this is obviously one of those. All right. So again, just some friendly advice there to be very careful with the trade right now if you were to. Us, again, we use low leverage, low position sizing, and it's funny, we got a question in the community about that, and one of my other community members answered, which is very nice. It's really cool. We got some super smart people in our group, and they're asking about starting small and kind of like, hey, I'm not seeing the gains I'm hoping for. I'm only making a few dollars per trade. And the trade-off there is that first of all, if you take a loss, you're not wrecking your account. You can still continue to trade. That's why low leverage and low position size is very beneficial, because you're not destroying your account consistently. While you're seeing slower growth, it's more consistent, and you're able to learn from your mistakes faster because you're not starting from scratch and completely discouraging yourself. So there is merit to this. Okay, so please understand there's a method to my madness in the ways that I like to teach people. And obviously, if you are perhaps a stubborn, force a trade kind of person, you may want to recalibrate, because that's really not how it's supposed to work. We're looking for reasons not to take a trade instead of the other way around. Okay? So in the overall sense here, daily time frame is bullish. We've addressed that. I've said that a few times in the past. If we look at the 4-hour time frame, we see mostly bullish continuation and some positivity there with the RSI. So that's mostly positive. And on the hourly time frame here, we can summarize that we're still above the cloud, which is fantastic. Conversion line is below the baseline, but that's just because of this most recent dip. And then, of course, lag and spans not free and clear of the price action. So in truth, we should wait a good 6 to 12 hours before we take a trade. Just again, to allow for these things to kind of normalize. But the big picture, and kind of me seeing what's going on here right now, it does feel like the price action wants to continue higher. So a consideration for a trade is definitely something I'm thinking about, just because we've previously addressed that this coin is extremely strong, and the likelihood, I think, of this coin going up is pretty high, minus Bitcoin dominance going way high soon. So again, we pay attention to that. If the price action for Bitcoin continues to go up, some alts might start to pull back. Okay, so just be mindful that if it feels kind of weird at first, but it's like, oh, that makes sense. I get it. Profits are being taken from altcoins and going back into Bitcoin. It's kind of how it works. All right, folks, I hope this was helpful. I know it wasn't a definitive answer. Sometimes that's how trading goes. You just kind of got to hurry up and wait. But at this point, get ready to rock and roll. The price action does look like it wants to continue higher. Again, maintaining above this $38 mark, we can see it working as a pretty solid support level. So my money is on the price action going up sooner than later. But you do got to recognize there's a few other elephants in the room. And according to Elliott Wave, we are expecting one more leg down to complete our ABC pattern. So just throwing a little wrench in there for you. sorry to disappoint. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. So I hope that's made sense. Again, comment below. Let me know if you learned something, or more importantly, what are your positions? What are you doing with Avalanche? Love to hear it. Like, subscribe, follow. Make sure you jump on over to our best exchange possible. Bitunix, they got a significant reward if you use my link to register. Main takeaway here is that there's no KYC, no VPN, trailing stop losses, multiple profit targets. Really just an automated trading bot almost in an exchange. It's really awesome. So super thankful for them. Thanks Bitunix for an awesome opportunity for my community. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.